Hello and welcome back to this Trails in the Sky Let's Play, third chapter Let's Play with me, Ausele jrpg. In the last episode, we completed chapter 5 and started on our new plane of chapter here. So let's, without further ado, let's just run on in. I'm guessing we're going to get more Kevin backstory here, which means I'm going to have to bust out my terrible accents for you guys. You reached the Emerald City Church. How may I help you? Oh, is that you, Kevin? I didn't think you'd be there already, so I was just gonna leave a message with the priest. Oh, hey, Rafinha. Yeah, I got here late this morning. How about you? When do you think you'll be getting here? It's going to be a little late, I'm afraid. There's been an accident or something, so the train's delayed, and probably won't be getting there until at least this evening now. Gotcha. I'll wait here till you arrive. I think Risa and the kids would get all bent out of shape if I showed up without you. Oh please, I'm sure you're just exaggerating. Although speaking of Risa, I hope you've been thinking about how you're going to cheer her up. I got it all planned out. I've been stocking up on souvenirs from every mission I've been going on. Should be enough to snap her out of her funk. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Girls her age are more complex than you think. Yeah, I guess she's not really a kid anymore now. She's 13, but still, definitely still a kid. Actually, how about how old you were when we first met, right? Now you mention it, it was. How time flies. Sorry, looks like the train's about ready to leave. I'm going to have to go. I'll see you later then, alright? If you get bored of waiting, you're welcome to go home ahead of me, of course. Gotcha, see ya. Man, how time flies is right. Have I really not been home in 2 years? Guess that makes me 9 since I met Rafinha. I hope Risa isn't too grumpy when we finally get there. Kevin! What is it, Father? Has something bad happened? Well, I've received word that someone spotted a group of men dressed in all black at the edge of town. What's worse is they're supposedly heading for the mountain path. Huh? You don't think? If they were, Aston House might be their target, I fear. Do you have any idea what could be going on? I wish I did. I doubt there's anything to do with the Grilsritter at least. I think I should go check it out just in case. Please do. Oh, do you know when Rafinha's going to be arriving? This evening by the sounds of it. She said her train's been delayed. When she arrives, can you let her know what happened? Damn it, Jaegers. Seems like there are anywhere between 5 and 10 of them. What could they want with the gospel facility to begin with? The longer they're allowed to be there, the more danger the kids are in. I'm gonna have to try and handle this alone. It's time to put my combo skills to good use. Okay. A shorter one? Yes, the Guardian Trials. Trials, not trails. Celeste? Wasn't that the name we saw in those data crystals? It most certainly was. That's right. According to those, she was one of the de facto leader of the ancient group of ancients who sealed away the Areole. She's the founder of Liberl's current royal family. I'm glad to see the information I left behind ended up proving useful to someone. It really did. So, you're the founder of Liberl's royal family? Not technically. Not the real Celeste Elise. I think of me as something of a shadow. A partial copy of her personality created in order to influence phantasma from within. How can you only be a partial copy? The truth behind you is more complicated than we thought. You don't appear to be a spirit of some kind there. I see it now. That is correct. Before I try and explain what I am, I should probably tell you more about the world we're in first. Can you do that? That sounds interesting. Okay. As you are aware, the land you stand in is called Phantasma. This world belonged to the higher plane of existence, created several thousands of years ago by the Areole. Its purpose was to act as a subsystem for the Areole, in order to incorporate and process the will of the Liberl populace. One might call it a self-organized world designed to realize countless possible others as necessary. Pardon? You've asked me. Isn't there a simpler way to explain this? Well, not technically. Correct. Perhaps you could think of it this way. Phantasma is like a fictitious realm created by the Areole in order to fulfill humanity's every wish and desire. That's better. What qualifies the Phantasma as fictitious? I can't help to think of it far too real to be a land of pure fantasy. Well, when I say fictitious, I suggest the phantasma is I didn't mean to suggest the phantasma is a complete lie. It's more like a shadowgraph or a kaleidoscope. It has its own laws and can change to reflect countless different possibilities. Does that make the concept any easier to understand? Somewhat, yes. And suddenly the name phantasma seems much more appropriate. As previously stated, I was the subsystem of the areole rather than being the areole itself. And it granted people's desires. They're separate entities, but effectively like two sides of the same coin. Their relationship caught our eye as we were devising the sealing mechanism. You mean the mechanism used to seal away the areole? That was also in those data crystals you left behind. Exactly. At first we thought our plans would be possible to execute. After all, the areole has absolute control over space itself and was able to influence mankind's every action. Even after coming upon the idea of temporarily freezing it and imprisoning it with gravity barrier, we had no way to implement our plans. Without that, they were simply ideas with no real meaning. We were effectively at a total loss. You've discovered your foe's weaknesses, but no way to take advantage of it. That must have been quite a frustrating predicament. Indeed, and yet our perseverance rewarded us with the development of something that could take advantage of that weakness, the recluse cube. Is this what this is known as, then? Yes, the only object in existence able to interact with phantasma without relying on the areole as an intermediary. Celeste used that to create a partial copy of her personality, that is, me, inside of phantasma. And once inside, I began working to sabotage Phantasma's functionality by using this garden as my base of operations. As a result of my efforts, the areole's processing ability was hindered just long enough for the plan to be executed. Si au caches the forcade wins the battle. The same principle applies to martial arts too. It sounds like you really put a lot of thought into planning everything. Maybe. I can't deny that luck played a part in the end. Once the areole was sealed away, my work was done, and I fell into a deep sleep. My reason being that the areole were ever to be unsealed, it might be able to provide assistance to the people of that time. Please, you've been able to handle it just fine without my help, however. Luck's played a huge part for us too, though. We're not even sure where the areole is now. As far as we're aware, it disappeared during all that happened on the Liberl Ark. I thought as much. I was able to confirm the areole's disappearance from here within Phantasma too. When I did so, I thought my purpose for existing was finally over, and that all was left for me in this land was to embrace a slow and peaceful destruction. But that was not to be, as soon as the Lord of Phantasma appeared. So that's what happened. Quite a recent development, I see. The Lord of Phantasma appeared out of nowhere, stealing all my power before I was even aware of what happened. After doing so, they began to remake Phantasma in accordance with their own designs, both this world's current structure and the planes that make it up. We were all the Lord of Phantasma's creations. Looks like your theory was correct, Ren. Still, it makes it sound like... Yeah. So you don't know who that masked bastard is either, then? I'm afraid not. Their every action thus far has been a mystery. Ordinarily, they would not have been able to gain access to this world in the first place. And I'm afraid that I have no idea what they are trying to achieve by bringing all of you here and testing you. Well, that's a shame. Yeah, it's the part that we want to know the most of all. I only wish I could be of more help. The only other thing I can say about them is I suspect Lord Phantasma is currently in the 7th plane. There's a 7th? What makes you think that? It was the first plane they created after appearing in this world. Just the kind of place that plane is, I don't know. And I sense a dark, inhumane thoughts from there, and they're spreading out across the Hall of Phantasma. That doesn't sound good. We'll be seeing them after the next one, won't we? Yeah, we just finished the 5th when we came back here. Presuming they're waiting for us in the 7th, time to fight them head-on may not be that far off. I was getting tired of waiting. As was I. It seems that the end may finally be in sight. Now, if only I had some sort of inkling as to what Lord of Phantasma is trying to achieve. Actually, I just might. Kevin, you're up. It's no good to see you again, Father. You too, wasn't expecting all of you people to get an invitation here. Are you for that matter, little lady? I'm sure you weren't. I got something I want to ask you, but I suppose they can wait till later. For sure. Are you feeling alright? Right as rain. I'll be feeling just great. All that sleep must have done me a lot of good. And I see you guys made a whole lot of progress while I was out in the cold too. Yeah. Hey, I'm Kelvin Graham. Or maybe I don't need it. Sorry, I introduced myself since you seem to know a thing or two about everyone who's come in here so far. True, I was able to tell what was happening at the Liberl Ark from the garden. And out of all the people here, you are the one closest to the truth of what is happening here. Am I wrong? What? No, I don't think you are. I can't pretend to be much of an expert on what Phantasma itself is, but I got a pretty good idea as to who's responsible for all this. I can only think of one person twist enough to put us through all we've been through. Wait, someone you know? You could say that, yeah. The short version, they're a real piece of work. A cunning, arrogant, cold-hearted son of a bitch who doesn't even see people as people. That about sums up who we're dealing with. Sounds like a really awful guy. And who, may I ask, is that you're talking about? Well, about that. Would you be willing to wait a little bit longer for the answer to that one? I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm missing one last thing that make me completely certain. And thus, I think we're just gonna have to find out what it is in the 6th plane. And here I thought I'd finally going to get an answer. Is there any reason you can't share your theory as is? Yeah, I realize I'm asking a lot of you after we've come so far, but I promise that as soon as I know for sure, I'll talk. I swear on the goddess's name of the church is over. Oh my god, guys, sorry, I need to drink some coffee. I don't see any reason to say no. Likewise, he's clearly got his reasons. Not the reaction people would have. It's enough you asked us for favors, so I can let it slide. No problem. Well, if he says wait, I'll wait. I feel as though we can trust your judgment, Kevin. I have no objections either. Me neither. I only care as long as I can have my fun. I believe we're all in agreement then. Yes, consider this one settled. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Anyway, now I'm up. I'm also down to take the lead again. I appreciate it if you back me up. No problem. Seems like you're ready to move on. While you're advancing through the 6th plane, I'll do all I can to send on my end to find out more about the 7th. Of course, I need your support. I'll be happy to provide you through the Cuban monuments, as I always have. Now that you mention it, we haven't really thanked you for all your help you've given us since we got here, have we? Thanks, Celeste. We couldn't have done this without you. We truly are in your debt. Please, think nothing of it. I am but a shadow placed here with a duty to fulfill. I believe helping you is part of that duty. If I may, allow me to help you however I can. Will do. Sorry for worrying you too, we say. I'll be just fine now. So please just leave everything to me, I'm begging you. Only if you promise me one thing. What is it? I won't make you promise not to put yourself in danger or overdo it. But don't do anything that would make Ravinia sad. You really know how to hit a guy where it hurts, don't you? So, will you promise? Yeah, I promise. I swear in her name I won't. Interesting. So, we get to choose the rest of our party members.
Let's go.
We're going to be going for, say, we are going to be going for
Leave it to
Ren, and I want to choose people that I've not previously used. And it feels like these two are the two ones that you don't really have access to in any of the other games in any form. So this is who we're going for. Okay. Here we go, as we have Celeste here. You can support us in the efforts. First things we need to do is open up some slots onto Kevin. We need to get some green pretty quickly, goddamn quickly. Good to know, but let's see what slots, not quartz, we can produce here. We want to get at least one of each thing, really, if we can. But it appears that it's not possible. The only one we might have luck with is an onyx gem. Nice, so we'll take that, and then a gold gem as well. Insufficient Sepith, fuck you. Mirage. No chance. Okay, so we're aiming for 1,000 on each of those. Let's go drink from the water vessel. Of course. Oh, we can't. Fun. Then, I believe our best bet is to use the cube. Make our way to the 5th plane. Luminous end. And start our movements towards the end here. It's time to warp to the 6th plane ride. Time to hop to it then. Kevin? No need to sit sad face, Reese. We can't afford to stand around here talking. We need to get moving. Okay then. Well, we know for one thing for a fact, we're going to come against the Grilsritter, the Black Ritter, at some point here. Where are we going to end up though here? Oh, we're in the outskirts of the Arab scenic route. So the next place is located scenic route in the Liberian royal family villa, huh? Probably more dangerous than the scenic this time around though. We should start exploring as much as we can, but stay sharp. We certainly should stay sharp. Let's activate our pillar here. Restore the EP. Because why not? And then we should have our first little gander. I'm guessing we're going to get a forced fight here. What the fuck are you? Please fire at all those that get too close. Sounds like a bad time to me. We're just going to attack. Okay, that's not a good idea apparently. This, however, does seem like a good idea. This thing seems strong as fuck, so let's use the dark matters because we know it's weak to that. Magic hammer's fine, a dark matter there. We get an attack delay. Do we have anything here that doesn't impede? Bloody circle. An impede would be nice. No, okay. We're just gonna try and kill it before it becomes too much of an issue. Let's do a mortal punishment here. My god, this thing's strong. Right. Dark matter once again. As we defeat the big thing. As we deal with that guy finally.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you rest.
Okay, there's a lot here. Kevin has learned Gorgon Arrow though, which is nice. But there appears to be a fair amount of here to explore. I don't remember this route. I remember getting quite confused by it last time. But my real first look is I want to get as close to or find some doors for us to have a look off in the next episode. I do need to give Kevin new weaponry it appears, because he is not putting a dent on anyone. But he is significantly weaker because of all that time he spent out of the thing. Let's check any of these. Juggernaut seems to be our best bet here. We're going to avoid that one for now. Nothing is written on the Liberl monument. That is, of course, quite curious. Interesting. Interesting. Avoid, avoid, avoid. A ruby gem is going to go straight onto our boy here. I like that. We've gotten an action for, have we not? We do actually have an onyx gem to give him. I will take that, and then there must be. Do we have a hit? A better hit. We have a hit 3. Okay. A little bit better. This is blocked. Okay. If only I had more mortal punishment. A death there. That's fine.
Let's end this.
If it's not going to do that much damage, what is Kevin going to be? Maybe I need to go back and do some healing with Kevin, some training up with Kevin along the way. Might not be the worst idea, as we are about to bloody well die. Sacred breath.
I'll save you!
Make sure everyone's somewhat okay, and then Kevin with a crit. Not Kevin, Mr. Richard.
That was easy.
With a crit should be fairly easy to deal with that. This place does seem to be the best base to gravitate towards. A sapphire gem. Nothing is written on the Carnella monument. Okay. Let's get rid of the yin and yang and give her the sapphire gem. This place is very winding and confusing. I've also seen no doors. I'm expecting to find a lot more doors at my disposal. But we get a silver gem there. Nothing is written on the Nova Hall monument. I thought they were going to be at these rooms were definitely going to be at each section, and we're back here. Curious. I think maybe this is probably a good place to say, if you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time, where we'll see where the fuck we need to go next. Peace.